If you're a student, a tech professional, or honestly anyone who is trying to learn faster and think clearer in this new age, you need to know about NotebookLM. You've probably heard of it. Maybe you've even seen those AI-generated podcasts that go viral. But here's the thing, most people are using maybe even 10% of what these two can actually do. I want to show you the other 90%, because when you use NotebookLM properly, it stops being a novelty and starts being genuinely one of the most useful AI tools out there. NotebookLM is a research workspace built by Google, but here's what makes it different. It's different from just chatting with ChatGPT or Claude. It gives you a source first, then it helps you ask questions, synthesize information, and turn that material into actual usable outputs. The key idea is that it is grounded in what you upload. So instead of a generic AI guessing and hallucinating, it behaves more like a source-grounded research assistant that can only talk about what you've given it. The constraint is actually the superpower. Think of it like ChatGPT, that knows everything, but is grounded in nothing. NotebookLM knows only what you give it, but it is grounded in those specific contexts for learning and research. And the second thing is that it's more valuable. Now let's take this for example. I've uploaded a source. It's a 6-hour personal branding course that was uploaded on YouTube by Carl Ralston, and it talks about personal branding and goes into different details. For NotebookLM, you are not restricted to only YouTube videos. You can upload PDFs, you can upload web pages, YouTube videos, even Google Drive links, and it goes in depth to do its research. And now just clicking on the source, they are called sources, it has already given us a brief summary on what the link that I uploaded is. It said this is a comprehensive guide to personal branding that outlines shifts from accidental to forgettable content, and just gives us a brief overview of what exactly is in it, from personal branding intentionally to strategic branding, content medium, platform specific content, sustainable content system, and the likes. Now in the chat here, you get to ask it questions and tells it what to do, but let's assume that you don't even know in detail what exactly is inside and what kind of questions you want to ask. Here's where it gets interesting, because it can help you with different styles where you can do different kinds of research, do different kinds of learning in your day, and you don't have to be constrained by time or even work. Let's say you read the summary in the morning and you want an audio overview or an audio summary. You can also get that, or maybe it's even a video presentation or a slide deck or even quiz. Just think and explore the studio of NotebookLM. We're going to be looking at the first, which is video presentation. Now, there are different formats. There's the cinematic, there's the explainer, there's the brief, and when you choose it, you can set custom whatever it is you want the video to look like when it is generating. Let's just leave it at, let's put it in classic. And now you can tell it what you want it to focus on. But because, for example, we don't know what exactly we want it to focus on, let's give it a prompt. I go to my ChatGPT because of the voice feature, and you can also access this on your smartphone. I need a script for a NotebookLM prompt. I uploaded a 6-hour video on NotebookLM, and I don't even know where to start from. So I want the video presentation that's going to generate to give me a general idea, overview, key touch points, important details, and go in depth and tell me what I need to look out for as I want to start exploring and start maybe even quizzing and getting different summaries. I just want to have a general idea, an overview, and also key details that I need to work on when I'm going through the course. Okay, let me just copy that and paste it here and generate
All right, let's talk about your personal brand. Do you ever feel like you're just shouting into the void? You know, putting all this effort out there, but it all driver's seat. You're the one shaping how people see you, building real trust with every single thing you post. So I want you to take a second here and just be really honest with yourself. Which path are you on right now? And hey, if you found yourself kind of nodding along to that whole forgettable brand thing, don't sweat it. Seriously, that's exactly why we're here. We're gonna get you firmly onto path number 2. All right, so where do we even begin? Well, the very first step is defining your brand. And I know, as soon as I say that word, you might be thinking this is gonna get super complicated and abstract, but I promise you, it's way simpler and more practical than it sounds. You know, the source for this whole framework, Caleb Ralston, he just boils it down so perfectly. He says, good branding, what's your thing? Well, the secret here is actually to work backward. Yep, instead of starting from scratch, we're going to reverse engineer your brand from where you want.
Other things that we can explore, as you can see, there's the slide deck, there's the mind map, there's the reports, flashcards, quizzes, infographics, and data table. So let's just explore a slide deck. And the slide deck is giving us an overview of, more or less a summary of the video that was uploaded. So the intentional brand playbook, the strategic framework to building a personal brand, tells us branding is not magic, it's intentional pairing. This can be used for a presentation. Goes to phase 1, reverse engineering, filling the gap to tell the story. Phase 2, content engine, written content, video, graphic, audio. Then gives us a method, the accordion method, using volume to define quality. Another one, the anatomy of high performance content. Now, this slide presentation can be further advanced if you know how to prompt. You can give it samples, you can feed it samples and tell it how you want the prompt, the outcome of the visuals to look like. But you can see this looks like something that was designed, although the colors are a bit dull. This looks like the templates, and all this can be saved, downloaded. If you don't like the outcome, you can revise it, as reprompt it, you could share, you could play that also. Now, on this same source, the source being the YouTube video, look at the mind map. Let's look at the mind map. Now, the video is how to build a personal brand. Under it, there's branding fundamentals, there's content strategy, building your team, monetization. These are the 4 parts that it is divided into. If you tap on it, the first one, you don't want to fill it, but it gives you definition, brand journey framework, positioning. If you tap on the arrow, it opens up again. Open the gap, fresh perspective, unique story, secret weapon, like that. If you open brand journey framework, it shows you desired outcome, what to be known for, actions to take, skills to learn. Now, under this mind mapping is telling you that, okay, different section, dividing it into different subtopics, and touch points. Also, the definitions, branding and the brand, these are the 2 definitions that were under branding fundamentals. If we come to monetization, it tells us trust before transaction, the offer stack, core principle. In the offer stack, there's the free content, lead magnet, low ticket, mid ticket, high ticket. Now, if you tap on, let's say, lead magnets, then in the chat here, it says discuss what the source says about lead magnets in a larger context to the offer stack, and then it's analyzing and clarifying the progression. It's trying to go through the source and give us what it says, and then it says the offer stack is a lead magnet as the critical second step in the brand offer progression. The source emphasizes building the stack offer 1, then 2. Instead of 1, you should begin, refine initial offer, progress, expand, like that. Checklist, playbooks, different free offers you could put out, mini courses or full in-depth courses for lead generation. So you see, from the mind map, it has given us different touch points where we can go deep or just see it and know about them. Then there's the reports, there's a quiz. The video is still generating. And there's also audio overview. When you tap on the edits for the audio overview, you can tell it whether you want it to be short, long. Let's put long. whether you want deep dive, brief, critique, or debates, where two hosts debate between illuminating your perspective. Let's put debates. You could also prompt it or just tell it to generate, and it's going to do that. And you can drop your phone or even go and do other things and come back to the audio that has been generated. You can use this for your courses, YouTube videos, podcasts, websites. Just use it to research stuff. For your exams, you could just upload your PDFs, upload the resources from different sources, and you could also tell it to search for other sources. You could also tell it to search for similar sources. You see, search the web for new sources and tell it, I need sources. I need for building a personal brand, and tell it to search, and it's going to search the internet for sources on similar products. Okay, you see 7 more sources, and you decide to import those sources and also have them in your bank of sources here, where you could either quiz all of them, look for comparison between all of them, or isolate and tell it, okay, from this one, let's deselect all and tell it from this one to tell you about it, and it's going to give you results based off that source. You can tell you to compare and contrast ideas from the other sources and give you feedback. Once the video is generated, I'm going to be linking it in the description so that you can see the result that you got me on the video, and most probably maybe also the audio. I'm going to upload it to a Google Drive and see how it debates in a podcast format. So that's it on using NotebookLM. Now, you might have questions like, okay, when should I know if I should use ChatGPT or Claude or NotebookLM? And in cases where you don't know, let me clarify. When you want to go through massive information sets where you have different sources of information, whether it's websites or it's PDF or it's on YouTube or it's on Google Drive, and you want in-depth and accurate information, then NotebookLM is your source. Also, you want accurate and precise citations, maybe for your projects, for your research. You want accurate information that is precise to the topic, unlike ChatGPT and Claude, where they give you general information, just random. You can feed off precise information and citations from NotebookLM. And also, when you want to learn through different methods like visuals, audios, as you can see, mind mapping, quiz, data, infographics, the lot, just make a pick. Each of these methods are here in NotebookLM to give you precise information based off the source that you feed it. It also doesn't train the model based off your sources. Your data is private. Whatever you put in, it's only available for you to see, and you can just keep getting answers, keep doing the research inside NotebookLM without having to stress for maybe even sometimes doing a deep dive research by yourself. Take it as a personal assistant that can help you go through and research and give you results based on the information that you feed it precisely.